Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Doing a quick update on Bitcoin this morning. It seems we've got a pretty positive day, which is very good. We also have a new week starting at 10 o'clock, which is also very good. So look at this. We've come up to the 200, pulled back, and now we've got like a hammer. Like a spinning top, and then we've got an engulfing, which is really good. We haven't closed yet. We've still got 2 hours before the close. It's only 8 in the morning at the moment, so. But we'll wait and see what happens. You know, as we can see here, we're making higher highs and higher lows. And so will we get the big push through the 200? That's what we're all waiting to see. So I just want to have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart now. Oh, look at this. Things are looking pretty good. So we're just gone from green to red. So this is what I've been waiting for, actually. So now that looks like we're going to finish with the doji. So now we've got indecision this week, which is all, we traded up and down and now closed here for the week. Or, in 2 hours, we'll be closing wherever we close. But let's just say it's a nice tight doji like this one here. Usually what will happen is, we might have a very small pullback and then the red to green move on the way up, or we could reverse from here and start closing down below down below the 50 and reverse this trend. But really, it looks pretty good. We've got stochastics coming out oversold, which means that there was a lot of withdrawal of money coming out. We've got, like, by the looks of things here, these are two reversal candles. And we've got an engulfing closing above from a inverted hammer, and then a spinning top, engulfing, and now we've got a very solid close above the 50, which, that's pretty good. Like when we get a very solid close from the 50. Now we've got a doji. After the doji, depending on where we go, usually depends on which way the trend will go. So if we come down for a fraction, then head up, like wherever the open is, whichever way it trades, put an alert on the other side of it. And so if it goes back against that or goes, up for it, then we can be looking at, like possibly getting on trades from there. But the good news is on the weekly chart, it looks like we've turned around. We've closed solidly above the 50 and we've got indecision. It all depends on next week and which way we open and start trading. If we do start trading positive right from the start, I'll be trading positive from the start and going from there. Here on the monthly chart, straight away on the monthly, it didn't take very long at all before we started turning green. And so far we're in the green. Stochastics are in the oversold area, and we've the fastest stochastic has gone over the slower one, which means that at this stage so far, it's turning and it's going to be moving up. That's what it's indicating at this stage. So that's looking pretty good. Monthly's looking pretty good. The weekly's looking pretty good, and the daily is still below the 200. But we could get a big push. Anything could happen in this market. But, here, I don't mind it. I don't like that it's under the 200 and we've got a little bit of reversal there. But we're showing some pretty good signs at this stage. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Right, I'll just go through a few of these other ones. Dot, so I like Dot. I'm in Dot a few, I started in around here and I've got my fourth position in there. So I bought last night actually before I went to bed on the 4 hour chart. Let's have a look at the 4 hour chart. So actually before we go to the 4 hour chart, let's look at the daily chart. And I'll just draw a line across there. So here we've got 2 lines now. So I'll get rid of one of those lines and I'll actually keep that other line on there. Why not? It's exactly what I was after. So here we've got a touch, breakthrough, resistance now, resistance, and we've broken through resistance. We've got an inverted hammer. This could have been a shooting star, but now we've broken through this resistance line. This is actually signifying that this is a low, and now we've got a good solid closing candle above, which is it's another entry, the way I see it. And let's just have a look at this. Something I just noticed just then. Where's my drawing tools? Here. So we've come down, beautiful long cup like that, pulled back, a little bit of a handle, and now we're broken out. We don't have very good volume as yet. We've still got 2 hours to go almost, but there's a nice looking cup with handle to me. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I like it. Let's have a look at the 4 hour chart. And okay, hang on, I'm gonna get rid of that drawing thing. Back up here to the cross. All right, so and I'll get rid of that anyway. Okay, so now this here I like. So here we've got the daily line. Let's have a look at the 4 hour line. So I don't know if we can get anything from there. No, not really. It's just kind of, what I'm actually looking for. Like there's a lot of wicks up the top here, and I want something that's not a wick. After a nice 3-day pullback, something that's not a wick, I like it. Here, like this is the big block buying where it finished, and so if we close above these wicks and above this line here, like that's good. But on the 4 hour chart, where was it I got in? I got in last night again. I can't remember exactly what the price was last night that I got in, but I don't know, it was somewhere around here. Yeah, you know, like it's, I think it was 272 or something like that. But yeah, maybe it's the start of this one here. But in any case, I do like this one here. That's breaking above. If this breaks above here, you know, like I got no choice. I got to buy again. The only thing is that I am a little bit funny about is where Bitcoin's sitting. Bitcoin's showing good strength. A lot of these are, you know, other ones are popping, which is good. You know, I kind of liken this sort of setup here to this kind of setup here. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, but you know, like, and then look at that massive reversal right there. But here we've got, you know, it's tried and pull back, nice three, you know, indecision pullbacks and now decision made. That's what it looks like to me anyway. That's on the 4-hour chart. We'll go back to the daily chart. So the daily chart, I like it. FIL got into this one as well. So let's have a look at that one. I got into this on the 4-hour chart. I didn't mind the daily chart. There's good support there. And, you know, here, yep. So here, I noticed this, there was a bounce at the 50. Here I was waiting for a little bit further to come across to the bounce at the 50, but it was a little bit higher. So, you know, the support, you know, so if we're looking at that, you know, maybe a support or something, you know, like, but, you know, around here, I was kind of looking for some sort of support and reversal indications. As soon as this gapped up from here to here, and also the volume was showing some good things around that time as well. And you know, like I just noticed that big money was around this area, so I ended up buying. So plus I was looking at the 50 bounce. You know, the 50 bounce for me is just a very reliable, worthwhile risk of a trade. You know, like I've only bought there. My stops are below here, so the stops aren't very far away. I've got 1% in there, looking to add and looking for another 0.5% entry. So I'll just have a look here and see if I can draw any trend lines coming down. Look at that. Yeah, I can kind of see that. So now, really, I won't be buying here. What I'll be doing is buying a close above this line instead. So I'm happy with this position here. No more entries for me until we see more strength. But, you know, usually what we'll do is see more strength and come back and pull back. And then I'll be going to the shorter term time frames to look for entries off that. ANC, yeah, that was pretty good last night. So I got in here. As soon as that gapped up from the low to the high there, you know, I noticed the big money wins, stochastics were coming out oversold, so there's a lot of strength to come into the market if it wanted to. With the gap up there going, you know, towards and above the 50, I thought to myself, yep, it's a no-brainer, I've got to get into it. So I bought in there, stops below there. And then I saw, you know, like this, actually, I think I was asleep or something when I saw this here, you know, or when I didn't see this, but I woke up and we kind of started recovering, and I actually thought that I might have been stopped out, but I wasn't. And then we've kind of climbed up here and we've gapped up. So that was another entry. Like, look at this platform here. It's beautiful. Then we've gapped up. You know, there's a gap. Big money was so keen to get into this. And, you know, honestly, this isn't mums and dads. Like, this isn't the amateur investor. They don't know to buy down here. Mum and dad investors buy here where the excitement is at its peak. You know, professional traders buy down here where they can see that the big money's buying. There's been a big withdrawal of money out of the market and it's starting to come back in. You know, all these kind of signs down here is what we're after for our entries. And anyway, so this is the kind of result. Who knows what's going to happen from here? I mean, if we get massive reversals up at this line here, maybe, you know, like if we get, say, a shooting star from there coming down, well, it might be time to exit the building. We'll just have to wait and see. This one here, ZIL. So I've got this on watch. I don't have any ZIL. I've got this on watch for down here as a potential reversal coming off here. And this one here, look at this, FTM. So I'm liking this a lot. You know, what's that? You know, we've got support here, broken up, couple of day pullback, and now we've got an engulfing closing above. I like it. You know, FTM looks good. So these are all my, no, they're not. I got my positions in the other one. This one here, not much there. Bitcoin we've had a look at, backing off a little bit. And Ethereum. So let's have a look at Ethereum. Oh, that's on the 4-hour chart still. Let's have a look at Ethereum on the daily chart. So here we go. I like Ethereum. Look at this. So we've come up here, pull back. So I am thinking that if Bitcoin's leading the way, sorry, if Ethereum's leading the way, Bitcoin might follow. And this might happen with Bitcoin. But here we've got an engulfing, closing above these, you know, recent resistance levels. And now it looks like we've got indecision and now closing above the 200 moving average. The only thing I'm a little bit funny about with Ethereum is the volume. The volume's a little bit backwards. But we can see here that even though this is like a shooting star, it could be considered an inverted hammer, like just below the 200, and this is the low. You know, we're breaking out of the low. This here, I'm a little bit funny about it. Even though it did turn out to be a red day, there was a lot of buying, a lot of transaction that happened here. Also, stochastics came down, and now they're turning back up, from this move here. So I do like the idea of Ethereum. It's looking pretty good. This Matic here, so I'm looking at like a cup with handle kind of a thing here. And what I want to do is get a line that's going to go straight across instead of one that I've got to actually drag across. So we'll just have a look at that there. Got a touch there, and here. So break above this here, solid closing break above this here. It wouldn't even surprise me if we break up there and go sideways until we hit about this line here. And then we carry on this uptrending line here. Got to keep in mind, as soon as we can draw 2 points and you can get an uptrend, draw that line. And then the support here. So what I want to do is I want to see it break above here, and I don't want to see it close below either of these two lines. Now, if it trades below those two lines, it's all right, but if it closes below, it's not all right. So that's what I'm looking for with Matic. I'm actually in Matic. And this one here, yep, nice. Strong, strong. And the thing is, on the majority of these, they're closing above the high of the W. So, that is a very good. I haven't even had a look to see that. Got a low or high, like that. So with say even like the cup with handle sort of thing, like if this was the cup and this was the handle, we want to break above this here. If this was a double bottom, we've got a low, a high, like a low or equal or just a bit higher. This is, and now we're closing above. Like threatening this area here. As soon as we break above that and close above it, that means the uptrend is still intact. And over here we can see that congestion. That's simply why, is because we haven't broken that part there, and also because Bitcoin is where it is. So, but we can see there's quite a bit of green that's come back into the market. So. Look at that, Luna. And so I got into Luna twice, I think, in here somewhere and over here somewhere. So, but I think I got in Luna a little bit later. But anyway, doesn't matter. Still doing the right things at this stage. Look at that. We've got a rocket booster engulfing at this time here, and then straight away we've closed above it. XTZ. I got a position in XTZ, but I got in down here somewhere, and I think I got 2 positions in there. I've kind of, like I didn't like this kind of, the high and the low. I think that was a bit too much for me at the time when I was watching it, or when I saw it. This one here, sushi. So, yep. So we've got some sushi, and it's gone up, pull back, and, it's just trading above the 9. Look at that. Look how nicely that is, trading above the 9. Beautiful. Sand. So I'm looking for sand. So let's just have a look at sand. We've got, downtrending line, touch, and here we've broken through. That was the one that got me involved, and I have a longer term position in sand as well, but I'm currently trading it as well now at the moment. So, and this here, so I'm looking at, I think I might have even been stopped out of my first position there, and so if that's the case, because looking at that there, I don't think that I would have been holding it through this here. And so anyway, if I've been stopped out, I'm going to be looking for another position up here. I've got to check my account, see what it's at. But anyway, look at that. That's terrible. The breakout's nice, but what happened after it is no good. And I think Mana was similar. Look at this. Look at Mana. Let's not ignore this one, hey? What was I writing there? Mana on watch 4-hour chart. This candle has 30 minutes before the close. We could get a 3.5% increase to make it a solid closing candle. I want to buy if it's a strong closing candle. So this here, this is it. This is the strong closing candle that I'm looking at. And here we've got 2 massive big sell-off days. But one of those was indecision. So there's a lot of buying that happened in that day as well. Here, we've got an engulfing that's closing above, off support. I like this one. This one here, I like it. I'm going to have to put this one to the top because it's that good. And I don't even think I moved it then. But anyway, I know I didn't. Yeah, so here. Righto, there we are at the top now, so Mana. And let's go through a couple more of these. Sand moves, yep, cool. This one here, some of these are looking really good. Have a look at the volume that's come into this. Stochastics oversold, yep, beautiful. Then we got an engulfing. Look at that, we got an engulfing off the 50. Even though that engulfing there off the 50, that price there, the high is 73.70. If this one, came down, so the low on this one here was 74.10. So it's not far off. You could have been buying the low of this here for the reason of this candle here. Look at that. This is what we're after. Here we're going to engulfing closing above. That's our first one. 2 candle pullback, engulfing closing above again, and now we're taking off. But some of these, these ones that we don't hear of very much, my You know, I find it difficult to trade. Like, you know, they've got to be very well established coins in order to trade them on Bitfinex. But look at that, engulfing closing above off the 50. It's nice. Yeah, not much there. Look at this cut with handle. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about, a breakout. I don't like I don't like these wedging up in the handle. Like this here, to me, is potential failure. I don't like that. Why do we have so much selling in this? We've got 3 big selling days. No, sorry, one, you're out. I don't really, it doesn't matter what happens with one. I don't want to be in it. This one here, I've got a position in this one here, and I like it again. I'll be getting in again if this happens. If it closes like this, I'll be adding to my position. Yep, I like it. Look at that, engulfing, closing above the highs, full body closing candle. I don't like the selling. Even though we've had a decline in selling, I like the decline in selling. The engulfing there is really good. I like ICP. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that one at the top there. Because, like, you know, like, look at it. Does this stand out from the rest? You know, it's different from the other ones. Like, you know, there's something fundamentally has changed with this one and with the other one. Anyway, like that's probably enough for me. Anyway, like I could just keep on going through these things over and over again. Look at that, beautiful dot. Yeah, I got a good position in dot, and it's so far it's my best performer. I think I did get stopped out of sushi. That was my other better performer, but I think I got stopped out of it. So it didn't, you know, like I got a good profit out of it, but you know, like I didn't like that whiskey bit, so I kind of you know set my stops a little bit tighter. This one here, yep, good. Okay, anyway, that's enough for me. You probably heard enough. Righto, traders, thanks very much for your time. If you have any problems with your charts and need any help, let me know. I'm always here, happy to help out with charts. Always happy to talk about crypto. Righto, traders, talk to you again soon. See you.